Well, good morning, guys. Today we are going to be riding somewhere in north of Portugal. I'm going to be following my cousin there on the Ducati Multistrada. Of course, I'm on the 1995 Honda Africa Twin. So let's get started. Wow, that sounds good. That's really nice. That's a big time motorcycle. But he was telling me that it's a lot cheaper to buy one here in Europe because, Italy's not that far away. I think the Multistrada is a perfect bike for European cities. It's 17-inch tires. It's for going on the street, but it's like an adventure bike. It's a big trailie, really. Back in the day, it was called the big trailies. And he's got the ADV luggage, the fashionable aluminum luggage, which is really good. I like that. And the appeal of the Ducati. Ducati just builds some beautiful bikes. It's that maintenance. But he was saying that for that Ducati, it's cheaper to maintain because it's a European bike than his Harley. It's like a backwards world. So I guess here a Ducati makes sense. Looks like we're gonna get traffic going out of here. And that bike sounds so good going through these towns. I do smell the bike too. The exhaust is mounted pretty low, but there's a lot of awesome stuff about Ducati. I like Ducati much more than BMW. At least Ducati's all about performance. And there's like a certain passion about their bikes. They put this passion. The Germans, I don't know. It just seems over-engineering. But the Italians, at least I can get behind the passion of making products. They're like artists first. Aboard the Ducati is my cousin. He's really the only cousin that I have that rides. I have another one, but he's in southern Portugal, and I think he's got a KTM. So here, European bikes just seem to be much more popular than the Japanese. I guess the Honda's they're just everywhere, but it makes sense to buy a European bike. You're in Europe. Here he goes. Man, that bike sounds so good. That bike just sounds so good. That one's got a whole lot more passing power than this one. This one I have to shift down. Hopping on the highway here. I hope there's no port tolls. I think he knows this area pretty well. No GPS, so he's been here before. I'm not used to this kind of filtering. Oh, look at that. How nice of the car just letting us through. Thanks, buddy. That is pretty sweet that they just let you through. Look at this. Oh, these are learners. Lane splitting that motorcyclists do here. Go ahead, buddy. I'm not gonna do that. But this, you see how they move to the right? They actually move to the right. That is beautiful. That's a great thing that they do. In the United States, they would not like you moving. But here, it makes a whole lot of sense to filter. There's a big truck there, a motorcycle can get through, so why not? But from here, this industrial area that's well traveled, I just saw a prostitute, and there's no mistaking what they're doing. They're just like women scantily dressed on their phone, sitting by the side of the road. You know, she's like in a little shade. I bet there's like more here. This is probably the pimp. Hey, Honda CRX. Red light. An ambulance behind me, but nobody's pulling over for it. An interesting thing that they do in Europe that they don't do in the United States. When somebody is passing, you only pass on the left, you don't pass on the right. In the US, you pass everywhere, including the shoulder. As you approach Porto, you're getting a lot more traffic, a lot of dense traffic. Look at that, that's awesome. Where's he going? Clinica Medica. Alright, we just had lunch here at this cafe. It's somewhere in Carvalhais. And now, heading out. Oh, this is so hot. Got my drone here. Oh, gas was making a noise. Portugaia. Well, this area is just so much hotter. There's something really nice about the area off the coast, because even though it's hot, you feel that cool wind coming from the ocean. Here, not so much. Look at this view. It actually reminds me of Colorado. Oh, he's pulling over. So I think he might be... He's got a car though, so it might be that he's getting some sort of phone call or something. Ooh. Oh, okay. Hey! Alright. Nice! All right. Yes. Oh, I get to ride the Ducati. Oh my God. Look at this thing. Oh my God. This thing. Oh, the suspension is so good. This is good suspension. Oh my God. So this is the menu, and there he goes. He's ridden the African Twin before. It's kind of cool seeing somebody riding your bike. Oh my God, this bike sounds so good. Where's the... Okay, blinkers. Oh my God. Ducati. Oh my God, this is so awesome. I ride a Ducati. Finally. I have arrived. Oh, my brakes light works. Oh my God, this is just so comfortable. The position on it is just so nice. Oh yeah, this has got power. Oh, this sounds so good. I love the way this sounds. Wow! Oh my God, it's got a gear indicator. Oh, I hit the... Wow, that sounds really good. My bike looks so rinky-dink compared to this. You know, this is the problem with riding other people's bikes, is that you're going to, oh my God, I need one of these. I need one of these bikes. It's so... I love the sound. The way you sit on it too is that the tank is just so high up and it's flared out. On mine, the gas tank is really low. I guess back in the day they would have everything a little bit lower, but this doesn't feel like it's top heavy. There we go, this car's moving to the right. it's incredible. You hear this exhaust so well in the cockpit that it makes riding so much more enjoyable. I see why people get the Ducatis. Yeah. I want to rev this thing. That's the crazy thing about this bike is that, wow. Touring mode. I want to put it in some other mode. Down, up. I don't know how to do this. Yeah, the sound of the Ducati Twin is just incredible. Yeah, the sound is insane. This thing gets so hot around the legs as well. Hearing that idle on this bike is just so much more fun. It's got a fuel gauge and everything. And of course this has got electronic suspension, but it's so well suspended. It's so well suspended, like it feels like I'm not doing anything. It's got a hydraulic clutch. The fluid is kind of dark. It doesn't feel like it's a hydraulic. This is a great road. I keep hitting the high beam thing with a clutch. Look at the road here. It's so nice. Oh, he's taking off. Surprisingly, the Africa Twin, honestly, it looks goofy with a top case. Those Givy top cases, not good looking. So freaking torquey. Look at it. Oh my God, this thing. I can understand why people love the Ducatis. When you ride this thing, there's a certain je ne sais quoi about this bike. Like all in my lungs, but it also has much better wind protection. If this feels sportier, the suspension is so good. It's like I'm like hovering over the stuff. It makes me go like, oh, you know what? I need to get my suspension looked at. Sometimes that's what it takes. You come from an old bike like mine and you get on this, it's like, oh my God, what a difference. What a freaking difference this is. The way the clutch engages is a little bit strange. It feels like there's some resistance. It's a medium pull. The clutch it's not as easy as a lot of bikes. It's a little on the heavier side. But this bike feels like a machine, like on some bikes. A lot of the Japanese stuff, it is true. You get on those bikes and it feels like you're riding an appliance. But with the Ducati, it feels like you're really in a machine that's got this very unique character. I don't know how they managed to do this, but if you imagine the art that Italians are known for. They have a certain pride in art and beauty that's not what the Japanese are known for. The Japanese, their art is not like the Italians. I would say that the Italians and the Greeks, they have the best art mankind has ever seen. And it feels like the Italian bikes and cars are much the same. It's a feeling, like when you ride a bike and it has its own character, its own individual character. I feel like that's what this bike is all about. It doesn't feel like it's a bike that was made in an assembly line, even though maybe it was. But it feels much different than any other bike I've had or ridden. The motor of this, of course, is an L-twin. Ducati's known for this twin. It's got a chain drive. It doesn't have a single-sided swing arm like a lot of the Ducatis. And the motor makes 160 horsepower. My Super Tenere made, 120 or so? Which is incredible. I mean, this thing to ride is just so much more fun. I could ride this thing all day, and it's got comfort. It's a comfortable bike. The seat is not soft like my bike. It's soft, but yet hard at the same time. So I think it's the stock seat. Comparing like the Africa Twin to this, I mean, this thing, it feels so narrow. It looks narrow compared to this. Very stable at like low speeds too. It puts a grin in your face, that's for sure. Riding this thing is just fun. I'd love to get one of these. It does want to squirt out of corners. It feels like it just wants to power right through. But I do grab like a handful of throttle on this thing, and it does well. It doesn't spin out. It got so much torque. The torque is what's fun about this bike. I don't care about riding this thing high up. I don't care about doing like top speed on this. It just feels fun to ride. It's kind of like a speed triple. You get a speed triple because it's fun to ride like casually low in the RPM range. Same thing with this, except you have all day comfort on this. I'm having a blast. So I am in urban right now. Whew, this thing gets hot. That's a wild bike. So I'm in urban setting right now. Look at this. This is, we're going east now from Porto. And just beautiful views of this river. The lands are vineyards. Lots of vineyards everywhere here. You know, the seating position, the way your legs are, is more comfortable than the Africa Twin. I like this position a lot. It's like your feet are backwards, your knees are slightly down. I think that makes it much more comfortable to ride. All right, now I'm going to hop back onto my bike, and when you do that, that's when you really realize the differences. So it'll be interesting to see how this bike really operates, because this one's much older. So right now, like, oh my god, it feels so different. And the seat is like so much cushier. Soft, way too soft. The other one is firm and wider. This one, the whole bike, that one, it just feels like that it's much bigger. Handlebars are higher. And well, this was just a very simple bike. It doesn't have a lot of frills. It never did. Of course, that one's got fuel injection, electronic suspension. So now I'm going to hop back on this one, and I should be able to kind of see some of the differences. So let me put it in neutral. Doesn't sound as good, for sure, as the... There we go. Oh my god, this thing feels so different. It feels like a little toy. It feels like a toy compared to that one. I'm telling you, the Ducati sound is like something else. That bike feels just like it's got way more stability and speed. So here we go. Look at that. We're crossing over here. I remember this section. And that's the thing too. He, on every gear, he can like hammer it and he's gone. This one requires a little bit of work to get going. Well guys, that was the ride on the 26 Multistrada 1200 Enduro. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you to Nelson for letting me ride this awesome bike. And it makes me want to buy a Ducati, that's for sure. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.